Welcome to MicroStrategy World. This is Enterprise Administration Channel, and in this session, we will talk about ensuring scalability and performance. My name is Ananya Ojha, VP of Product Management for Enterprise Data and Performance, and joining me is Cesari.
Thank you, Ananya. My name is Cesare Rachko, and I'm the EVP and Product Owner for Server and Data Gateways. As administrators, on one hand, you want to deliver to your users the best performance and availability. And the traditional solution to that is to throw hardware at the problem. On the other hand, with a lot of the infrastructure moving into the cloud, everybody wants to make sure that that infrastructure is utilized in a very efficient way. So efficiency of enterprise software is key, and we believe that that's what MicroStrategy 2021 delivers. Over the next half an hour or so, we will look at the new and enhanced capabilities in MicroStrategy 2021 to help you deliver performance at scale while maximizing the efficiency of your infrastructure. At the end, we'll open up for a Q&A. So, performance. Everyone loves performance, and everyone's favorite performance improvements are those that work as if by magic, without requiring any configuration and tuning. In the in-memory engine in MicroStrategy 2021, we've implemented one such optimization. Derived metrics and derived attributes offer great flexibility to analysts and application architects, allowing them to build complex calculations on the fly quickly and easily. However, that flexibility can come at a price of performance. Until now, in MicroStrategy 2021, we cranked up the optimization dial to 11. For some of the most used types of functions, the intelligence server can evaluate derived metrics and derived attributes 3, 4, even 5 times faster. As a result, in our own MicroStrategy in-house analytics system, which powers all aspects of our business and which makes extensive use of both derived metrics and derived attributes, we see across the board end-to-end dossier execution performance improvements averaging about 30% just by upgrading to MicroStrategy 2021. Those of you coming to MicroStrategy 2021 from MicroStrategy 2019 will see even greater performance improvements as the gains in the performance of evaluation of derived metrics and derived attributes in MicroStrategy 2021 stack with on-demand derived attribute evaluation, a capability that we brought to the market for the first time in MicroStrategy 2020. So in this video, you could see the authoring interface where we identify clearly unused derived attributes with the little red dot over the icon. We'll only evaluate those derived attributes that are actually in use by the dossier. That in itself can deliver a 30 to a 50% performance improvement for dossiers that include a lot of unused derived attributes. Ananya, these are great optimizations in our in-memory engine, but doing calculations in memory isn't always the right answer.
You're right, Cesari. At MicroStrategy, we have always taken great pride in generating the best tuned SQL, and MicroStrategy 2021 continues this tradition. We have worked with our customers and our Diamond and Platinum database vendors to find opportunities to improve tuning and even enhance the SQL we generate. For example, in MicroStrategy 2021, based on the field engagements, internal benchmarking exercises, the regular touch points that we have with Snowflake product management and engineering teams, we have improved the default tuning parameters for Snowflake Gateway, and it delivers 3x better out-of-the-box performance with the product. For Google BigQuery, when our customers ran into performance issues while migrating from an on-prem data warehouse to Google BigQuery, we drilled down with Google BigQuery teams into these performance issues and learned that Google BigQuery does not have a SQL compiler like other traditional data warehouses. As a result, for our customer, the year-to-day, quarter-to-day, month-to-day time transformations that retailers heavily depend on were running very slow. We at MicroStrategy decided to invest in our customers' cloud strategy and enhance the SQL generation logic for Google BigQuery. And we delivered a 30% faster time transformation reports to our customers. Besides this, with MicroStrategy 2020 release, we also delivered support for implicit table creation pattern that is very specific to Google BigQuery. We are also committed to supporting our customers in Europe and around the world to get the most out of their investments in the SAP system. In MicroStrategy 2021, we enhanced our SAP HANA gateway to deliver 5 times faster multi-sourcing reporting. We also delivered a new out-of-the-box native SAP S/4HANA driver that is 3 times faster than any commercial driver available on the market. We have continued our focus on all Diamond and Platinum gateways, and we have ensured that the date diff function is now being pushed down to all Diamond gateways. We also enhanced engine ability to push down ordered set aggregate functions like percentile, which can now be pushed down to all Diamond and Platinum gateways with MicroStrategy 2021. We have also reduced friction for our customers by shipping Teradata and SAP HANA drivers out of the box with MicroStrategy 2021 release. And we also continue to diligently validate and ship the most secure and performance out-of-the-box drivers for all the gateways for our customers to use. As a result, in MicroStrategy 2021, customers who are using Postgres as a data warehouse would see a 20% performance improvement for their reporting needs. We have also improved usability for Google BigQuery, Snowflake, and Salesforce, besides the many other gateways that we have. Over to you, Cesare.
Delivering performance to your business users is one thing. The challenge is often to deliver that performance at scale. This is what the next set of new MicroStrategy 2021 capabilities provide. MicroStrategy Intelligence Server has long included a sophisticated set of caching and memory governing capabilities that maximize the use of available memory to deliver consistent performance. MicroStrategy 2020 and subsequent updates delivered major improvements in how we manage temporary cube structures, which we call indexes and element blocks, improving governing, adding the ability to swap them to disk and low memory situations. However, to date, cube data has always been loaded entirely into physical memory of the machine, only to be unloaded in its entirety in low memory conditions. But our analysis shows that in the vast majority of use cases, only part of the cube data is actually used in day-to-day operations. Cubes often contain metrics that are not used by any of the dossiers or documents, or contain granular data that is rarely queried, or historical data where only the most recent slice of data is in use. MicroStrategy 2021 takes memory management to the next level by, for the first time, allowing cube data to be managed at a much higher level of granularity, dramatically improving efficiency of memory utilization on the intelligence server. That, in turn, can help deliver a consistent user experience by keeping exactly the data your users access in memory, avoiding swapping out entire cubes in and out of memory. And that's what you could see in a chart that shows sort of the behavior of the system over a course of a time period on a system with about 80% memory utilization. And what you can see here is that with this smart memory usage capability disabled, the response time is very inconsistent as cubes get swapped in and out of memory to serve those requests. With smart memory caching enabled with exactly the same usage pattern, exactly the same volume of data, you could see a much more consistent behavior because all of the data that users commonly access is already in memory. Now, let's take a peek under the covers. The underlying implementation of smart memory usage uses a technology called memory mapped files, which enables individual memory pages that haven't been accessed recently to be swapped in and out of disk completely transparently. If the system has ample physical memory, no swapping occurs, but as the physical memory fills up, the system will start to swap the least recently used pages out to make space for incoming requests. What this means is the higher the performance of your local disk subsystem, the less impact the swapping and the greater efficiency of the system. We recommend modern solid-state, NVMe, or even Intel Optane-based storage for best performance. If your MicroStrategy deployment is still running on servers with spinny disks, this would be a great time to refresh your hardware stack or consider moving to the cloud where the technology is readily available. Now, obviously, the best part of this is we've really tried to take out all the complexity out of managing this advanced capability by starting out with enabling this capability on by default and defaulting to behavior that favors swapping smaller, less frequently used self-service cubes, but it can be enabled for all cubes in the system. We provide the capability to govern this at both the server level and the project level, all from the convenience of MicroStrategy Workstation.
Thank you, Cesare. It is amazing how MicroStrategy continues to push the envelope for in-memory caching. Now, for majority of our customers, reporting is driven heavily through project schema. And any report or cube execution with project schema ends up fetching largely static non-ID attribute forms with the result set. This does not only slow down the SQL execution, but also widens the result set. And it is the biggest contributor to an overall slowdown on account of increased data transfer over the network. Many of our customers have struggled with cube publication times where the bottleneck was essentially caused by these non-ID forms being fetched alongside the fact data. To address this challenge, MicroStrategy has delivered a next-generation dynamic sourcing solution with MicroStrategy 2021. Now, for relatively static lookup forms, these lookup forms can be published into a lookup caching cube. This lookup caching cube comes with MicroStrategy 2021 as a new cube template. So without any design changes to your existing or future cubes and reports or dossiers, every execution that is leveraging project schema and going to the warehouse, it could be reports as datasets, live connect to existing objects in the dossiers, or intelligent cubes themselves. They will all automatically lean down their select statements and fetch only the ID forms from warehouses. So this not only delivers a 30 to 60% performance boost overall, but it also helps control costs in cloud by reducing the data scans and CPU utilization for data warehouses. Now, what we can see here is that before we publish the lookup caching cube, we see the SQL is fetching a lot of additional description forms, which generally are largely static, and they increase the amount of data that is being transferred over the network because they are repeated for every row of the fact that we are fetching. Now, what you would see on the right-hand side is the lean down SQL after the lookup caching cube has been published. And this not only reduces the amount of data being transferred over the network, but also helps execute the SQL faster because we are eliminating the joins to the lookup tables. And you can rest assured that your metric calculations are going to stay exactly the same. Now, this new capability for intelligent cubes for replacing the data can be best illustrated by giving an example of our banking customers. Our banking customers have a lot of remote offices in different parts of the world where they are creating trades and having positions throughout the day. So their remote offices send data back to the headquarters as an up-to-the-hour batches for the day. And the BI team needs to ensure that for the current day, these data slices are completely refreshed in the intelligent cubes. These intelligent cubes are what our banking customers heavily rely on to drive their BI reporting, which is consumed by the accounting, the risk, and the compliance departments, which are constantly looking at these positions and trades to provide feedback based on the federal regulations of balancing the risk versus assets. In MicroStrategy 2020, the BI administrators had to settle for a two-step process where the risk department would, at different points of the day, see no data for the current day because just the delete step has finished. And they would have to wait for the insert step to continue their analysis and feedback process to the remote offices. Now, this interrupts and frustrates these business users and reduces the MicroStrategy's position as a single version of truth in their mind. With MicroStrategy 2021, we have delivered a single-step replace option for BI administrators to go from the old cube cache to a completely new cube cache that has up-to-the-hour batches of data completely refreshed and available for their risk and accounting departments. Over to you, Cesare.
A key strategy to delivering consistent performance to all of your users is to ensure fair access to memory resources. And this is what the next set of capabilities delivers. MicroStrategy provides a very comprehensive set of governing settings but tuning them all can be a challenge even for very experienced MicroStrategy administrators. One of our goals has been to continue to reduce the complexity of resource governance with every platform release while providing the best experience and best performance to your users. To that end, MicroStrategy 2020 introduced job-level governing. This ability allows you to restrict the amount of memory that any individual user job, action, or execution can consume, with the ability to set different limits for different user communities, giving advanced analysts all of the power and resources they need, while protecting less sophisticated users from mistakes that could consume a lot of memory and impact the experience of other users in the system. In MicroStrategy 2021, we have improved this capability by reducing the impact where before we would fail the entire dossier execution if it exceeds the governing limit. In MicroStrategy 2021, we will now gracefully fail only the specific visualization that consumes excessive amounts of memory. And again, governing this capability is available from the convenience of MicroStrategy Workstation.
Thank you, Cesare. Governing jobs is an important part of any BI platform. And memory governing is an excellent way to govern rogue jobs while they're executing. But one of the most obvious forms of these rogue jobs are analyses that are generating cross-joins. And these cross-joins typically would cause, if allowed to execute, memory spikes and result in meaningless data being presented to their business users. MicroStrategy 2021 goes a step further to prune out and fail proactively these executions that are generating cross-joins because of either analysts' poor understanding of the model or a hastily designed model itself. Now, this cross-join governing drives an organizational conversation around the model's design, the use, and the analytics people are building and serving. And this cross-join governing governs not only the database executions that were being governed by the old governing, but it governs in-memory and the blending executions as well. This governing allows the privileged architects to assess the business needs and allow the cross-joins in dossiers and other visualizations if justified. MicroStrategy has further ensured that this smart governing does not block users from taking advantage of the analytical capabilities of the platform. And one such example would be grand totals.
Thank you, Ananya. But wait, there's more, a lot more. MicroStrategy 2021 is a feature and optimization-packed release, and we've only just begun to scratch the surface on all of the different capabilities we packed in. For a start, if your infrastructure is running on Windows, you will see that MicroStrategy Intelligence Server in MicroStrategy 2021 is running about 10% faster across the board. If you are using LDAP authentication and your Active Directory or your LDAP directory has complex group memberships, you'll find that your users can log into the system almost twice as fast as before. Obviously, one of the biggest new capabilities in MicroStrategy 2021 is the MicroStrategy application and the adoption of predictive caching and library model. With MicroStrategy 2021, all of the predictive caching jobs run in the background using all of the idle capacity of the system, but without impacting the performance or experience of interactive jobs or scheduled jobs. To support this, we've increased the cache scalability by more than 10 times to ensure that the intelligence system can effectively cache and serve those caches to all of the library mobile and MicroStrategy application users. We've made Excel data import more than 5 times faster, and we've improved PDF export for dossiers by more than 25%. We've parallelized MDX execution and hierarchical reporting scenarios. And finally, we've added scalable new gateways to allow you to tap into data you might have stored in CSV, Parquet, Avro, and Org files in AWS S3, Azure ADLS, or Google Cloud Storage. We firmly believe that MicroStrategy 2021 is not only the most secure and stable, but also the most performance and scalable release of MicroStrategy ever. We can't wait for all of you to deploy it and experience the improvements in your own environments. With that, I'll open the session up for a Q&A.